Chapter 7, Section 1, Ratios and Rates. 4 definitions. Definition of a ratio. A comparison of two numbers using division, which can be written as A to B, A over B, or A colon B. A comparison of two numbers using division, which can be written as A to B, A over B, or A colon B. Now that middle one would make it appear as if it's a fraction. But I do have to point out, it's not a true fraction. Okay? It's not a true fraction because we're allowed to have decimals in what we would probably call the numerator. You know by now, in a regular fraction, I can't have decimals. But in these, you can. That's why it's not a fraction or a true division problem. All right, equivalent ratio. Ratios that have the same value. Ratios that have the same value. So basically, we're talking about there a reduced fraction. It's not a fraction, it's a ratio. Ratios that have the same value. Rate. A ratio of two quantities measured in different units. Ratio of two quantities measured in different units. And finally, unit rate. A rate is a denominator of 1 unit. A rate, the denominator of 1 unit. Okay, so the first thing they have us doing in example 1 is writing ratios, and that's pretty simple. In a fruit basket, there are 6 apples, 5 oranges, 10 grapefruit, and 3 pineapples. Write a ratio comparing the number of pineapples to apples, oranges to grapefruit, apples to oranges, and then all 3 ways grapefruit to pineapple. In a fruit basket, there are 6 apples, 5 oranges, 10 grapefruit, and 3 pineapples. Write a ratio comparing the number of pineapples to apples, oranges to grapefruit, apples to oranges, and grapefruit to pineapple, all 3 ways. Now, it told us back in the definition for ratio the 3 different ways we could write a ratio. The first way you can write it is you can write it with the word to in it, T-O. So, if I'm comparing the number of pineapples to apples, well, there's 3 pineapples and 6 apples. So I write out 3 pineapples to 6 apples.
Yeah.
Now, the next question would be, do you have to write pineapples and apples? Yes, you do. Right. The reason is this is not a fraction. It's a ratio. Ratio has those components in it. It's got a unit in there. That's why the definition of unit rate says a denominator of 1 unit. You've got to have the unit placed on it. Now, if you want to abbreviate that unit like I did with pineapple, fine. I don't care about that. But yes, you do have to have a unit of it. Okay. Oranges to grapefruit. Well, we said there's 5 oranges and 10 grapefruit in there. And we said over the definition, another way you could write it so as it looks like a fraction. So I'm going to write 5 oranges over 10 grapefruit. Apples to oranges, well, we know there's 6 apples and 5 oranges, and we said the other way you could write it would be with a colon in it. So 6 apples, colon, 5 oranges. Okay. So now, in the last part there, they want you to write it all three ways. They want you to do all three we just did. Grapefruit to pineapple. Okay, 10 grapefruit, 3 pineapples. So, I'll give you one of the ways I could write it out for grapefruit to pineapple. Nicholas. 10 grapefruit, 3 pineapples.
10 to 3.
10 to 3. I could write 10 grapefruit, 2 T-O, 3 pineapple. Good. What's another way I could write it? Kaylee.
10 grapefruit, fraction, 3 pineapple.
Good. With the fraction bar, 10 grapefruit over 3 pineapple. Last one. Brandon. 10 grapefruit, colon, 3 pineapple. Good. Okay. Example.